Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for a brand new pick a card reading. For those of you that are new to the channel, hello, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's video is going to be a pick a card all about what you can expect during this upcoming Cancer season. So for those of you that don't know, we are getting ready to go into Cancer season. Cancer season begins on June 21st, excuse me, and ends around July 22nd. So this pick a card reading is going to be digging into what themes or situations you can expect to be encountering and dealing with throughout that period of time specifically. For those of you that don't know, Cancer, the sign of Cancer, kind of deals with themes around like our inner world, our inner emotions, our family, our loved ones, our home life, things like that. So for a lot of you, we may get some specific messages around those themes, but I'm keeping it pretty open to spirit just to allow whatever message needs to come through. So this will just be great for anyone that wants to know during this upcoming period of time that is Cancer season, what's ahead for you and what to expect. Just going right into my disclaimers, this is a general reading. So with it being a general reading, please keep in mind that it's not always possible that the entire reading is going to be specific to your energy, because a lot of people are viewing these videos, right? So use your intuition, guys, and really listen to the messages that resonate with you. Take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't, and please do not take it personally if a specific message does not personally resonate with you, okay? If you do want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can do so would be linked in the description box down below. Personal readings are always going to give you a much more specific and accurate read on your current situation. Also, keep in mind, you guys, with these more future style, predictive style readings, this is giving you a snapshot of where you're headed based off of the current energy. The future is not set in stone because energy is always changing. So if you see something predicted out for you for this upcoming Cancer season and you don't like what you see, just keep in mind that you have the free will to make your own choices and decisions to carve the forward path for you. So don't ever feel like you're bound to something that a tarot reading says, because you have free will to create anything that you desire for yourself for the future. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into our pick a cards. I'm working with 3 piles today. Starting here on the left, we have pile number 1, and the crystal we're working with is this Moonstone. For pile number 2 here in the center, we're working with a honey calcite. And for pile number 3 here on the right hand side, we're working with this Celestite crystal. So I want you guys to take a deep breath. Think about the upcoming season of Cancer. Go ahead and select the pile or crystal you're feeling the most intuitively connected to, really selecting with your intuition and your gut instincts versus just your physical eyes. And once you've made your choice, go ahead and scroll down to the description box where you can find the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your reading. See you there. Hey there, pile 1. If you guys picked out this beautiful little Moonstone, this is going to be your reading for this upcoming Cancer season. So I've already pre-shuffled all of our cards off camera, so no shuffling today. Sorry to those of you that like that. We're going to go ahead and just jump right in. So let's start off with your your astrology cards. Sorry guys, I'm like really tired today while I'm recording this. So we have solar flares activate, and then we have the 4th house. Wow. So I don't know if you guys listened to my intro, but you know, Cancer does bring about kind of these themes of home life. And it seems like for you, pile 1, your home life is 100% being highlighted here this upcoming Cancer season with the 4th house. So Cancer rules the 4th house. What I'm seeing here right off the bat is that during this upcoming Cancer season, there's something within your home life that is possibly changing. So this can be talking about like a change in your home life, but I'm also getting that there could be some sort of like really active energy around your home, the 4th house. So for some of you guys, this could be like dealing with a conflict within the home. It could be dealing with like a conflict with even like a family member, something being dredged up from your upbringing, even coming through with this, or just some sort of like chaotic energy is what I'm feeling with the solar flare. This is very fiery, kind of chaotic energy, the solar flare. And this card really talks about like kind of the impact that the sun, when it has its solar flares, the impact that it actually has on the population, and how like I want to say it was in the guidebook, it was even talking about how like the American Revolution happened during a time where like the sun was peaking in solar flare activity. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what it says in the guidebook. So anyway, I say all that to say is that it's like there's something being revolutionized with your home life. So whether it's a move or just some sort of needing to set boundaries with people that are within your home space, this is coming through really strong. Let's continue though. So we have the wolf instinct, and we have karma, DNA. Interesting. Yeah. So I definitely think with this DNA card coming up that there could really be something for a few of you guys out there around like family. Because when I think of karma and I think of DNA, I think of like your DNA being passed down through generation to generation. So there's something being activated with your family, some sort of like generational pattern, or as some people like to call it, generational curse, quote unquote. I don't like to call it that. I just, think of it as an ancestral karma that I'm clearing, right? So yeah, I definitely think that there's something here that's being brought up for you during this Cancer season around like a family pattern. And for some of you guys, it may not even necessarily have to do with like the physical home. It could just be talking about like exploring your roots more, being activated around exploring your roots, exploring, reflecting or exploring something, being activated around something from your childhood or from your past. And with the wolf card here, this is kind of an energy of like, I'm getting like loner energy a little bit. So for some of you guys, you might be, maybe this solar flare activation is you like stepping out on your own, maybe departing from a comfortable and familiar home space. Choosing to go it alone, breaking away from the familiar family unit due to a conflict or something. But this is also about like listening to your gut instincts, listening into your intuition to better understand how you're going to navigate your situation going forward. I want to get the tarot cards next. Let's get some more info. So we're working with the Mermaid Tarot. We have a King of Pentacles, an Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. Yeah, you're walking away from something here with that wolf card coming up. This could, for some of you guys, be something with your father, like a fatherly figure with the King of Pentacles here. This can also be talking about something with commitment as well, like maybe a romantic partner, something being activated around commitment, a conflict, something like that. But I definitely see for you, pile one, that there's definitely a lot of prosperity and abundance around this change, this activity that you're moving through. Ace of Pentacles is talking about how there's like a golden opportunity being presented for you during this time. And the Pentacles tend to talk about like our career, our finances. So again, this could definitely tie into like your home life specifically, investing in more of a stable home situation. So for some of you, this could be like purchasing a home, something like that. Maybe purchasing a family home. But yeah, there's definitely like this untapped opportunity that's being presented here for you. And I do feel with this King of Pentacles that like you're supported during this time. This is the energy of really like taking care of our responsibilities, like really making sure that our physical world is accounted for and the people that we are responsible for are accounted for. So hence like that fatherly energy, right? So for some of you guys, this is your energy of like taking care of your responsibilities, following your instincts, branching out alone to something. But for others of you, I feel this could be like a potential support system in your life that's helping you. But yeah, it definitely seems here with this Eight of Cups that you guys are like, there is a change and it might feel kind of emotional. I mean, it is Cancer season right now. Eight of Cups is water energy. But there's like, you see how like she's walking away from someone and she's following her intuition. She's moving toward the moon. She's moving toward where her emotions are leading her. And you can see how the moon has an impact here on the ebb and flow of the ocean. So there's definitely some sort of journey that you guys are embarking on alone during Cancer season. Whether it's just metaphorical and it's something you're exploring here around your family history, or maybe it's something more physical to the home. Maybe some of you guys are like walking away from this security because you want to explore more fulfilling options here. I'm also getting some of you walking away from a partner. Maybe there's like some sort of a disconnect in a committed relationship here during Cancer season as well. Let's get the last card here. This is from the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. We have replacing what was lost. You now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew. Create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon. Yes, you guys, like that's exactly what I was getting. It's like there's this energy of like kind of a chaotic. We kind of started this reading off with something very chaotic around like your home life. And so it definitely feels like you guys are, I don't want to say losing something, even though that's what the card says, but through this loss or through this change, right, you're able to walk away and kind of recreate something that is more in alignment with your values going forward. And I think you're learning a valuable lesson from this as well. I kind of want to pull just like one more of these. I feel guided to just like balance it out and get one more here on this side. So for pile one, let's get one more message for their upcoming Cancer season with regard to this situation we're looking at today. Setting up parameters. Assess your relationships and determine how they are aligned with your goals. Setting boundaries requires an honest evaluation of your present relationships. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense here with that 8 of Cups that we were getting. It's like whatever is acting up in your home life or in your relationships, I feel like this upcoming Cancer season is providing you this opportunity to, like it says, set better boundaries and make sure that connections that you're in, people you're synced up with in your life are truly in alignment with the goals that you have set for yourselves. Because I see that you guys are surrounded by prosperity and abundance and that you guys are in this very responsible, financially stable space. Right? So if there's something that is causing chaos in your life, I could see why you would be wanting to like explore how to alleviate that. You know what I mean? So group 1, we're going to go ahead and close your reading out here, but I would love to hear from you down below in the comments how this resonates and what you are expecting to encounter this upcoming Cancer season. So please let me know. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to view this reading today, and I'll see you in a new one very soon. Bye. Hey there, pile 2. If you guys chose this honey calcite, this is going to be your reading. We're going to tap it and just see what's happening for you guys this upcoming Cancer season. So let's go ahead and start with your zodiac oracle cards. And for you guys, we have the Imam Coeli. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is the IC in astrology, talking about the root. And then we have Taurus, cultivate. Ooh, I like this. Okay. So definitely feeling like Cancer season is going to be a time of grounding for you, pile number 2. You've got a lot of earth energy coming through here, especially with Taurus, and this is giving me very like earthy vibes as well. So with this IC right here, talking about root, I'm really thinking about you guys during Cancer season really setting a solid foundation for yourselves around something in your life. And with Taurus here, you know, Taurus is all about like our value system. It's about what is it that we find value in and the efforts that we put in place to cultivate abundance and comfort and prosperity for ourselves, right? So this could be something to do with career for some of you guys. This could have to do with really anything in your life. But when I think of Taurus, I definitely think of like, you know, sensuality. I think of being comfortable. What are the things that you value in life and how you make yourselves feel comfortable? And I think like for me, I have a very special connection to the sign of Taurus because I have a lot of family members and relatives who are of the sign of Taurus, specifically thinking of my grandparents, right? And I think of them because they they were like the embodiment of Taurus energy. Like they were not afraid to like spend money on things that brought them kind of like comfort and pleasure in their lives, creating kind of a foundation or a lifestyle around being able to provide whatever like comforts you want to provide for yourselves. Does that make sense? So let's continue with your tarot and just keep going here. Get some more info. For Cancer season. So we start off with the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Wands, the Two of Cups. Nice. So yeah, there's definitely partnerships coming in for some of you guys during Cancer season that's being highlighted, which if you guys listen to the intro, that kind of makes sense because Cancer season can definitely bring about time where we are more connected to our loved ones. But here's what I see. I feel like this upcoming Cancer season, there's changes happening for you. Things are starting to move along. Things are starting to progress a little bit more. And maybe you've already been laying down some foundations for some of the goals that you have for yourself, right? And you're going to finally start to see things shifting and changing in your favor during Cancer season. I do see here a period of planning, a period of exploration, right? Where you're still kind of exploring and discovering and deciding how you want to kind of ground this change and ground this energy here. I'm also getting a lot of creative energy coming through as well for a lot of you. But I also see like partnerships being highlighted too. So like, with Taurus, I definitely think of like, committing to someone that we share values with. So maybe this is a part of what you're exploring is like the value shared with the people that are in your life. So whether this is like a romantic partnership, whether this is like friendships in your life, business partnerships, because sometimes the Two of Wands for me is like a business partnership as well, which would make sense with all the earth energy we have. But yeah, there's something around values and cultivating partnerships that are in alignment with some of the changes that you guys are going through and that are in alignment with your values. It's also interesting too because like this is the Mermaid Tarot, so we see like a mermaid and just like a regular man, and they're sharing these cups. So it's like they're coming from two totally different worlds, but they're finding this like common bond, this emotional connection together, and they're holding hands. It's very beautiful. So you guys might be partnering up with someone who shares different values and finding ways like to infuse both of your value systems within the life that you're creating together. Okay, let's continue. So we have the autumn equinox. This is talking about release. Ooh, and then we have fire, passion. So that makes sense with that Two of Wands coming through here. Okay. I feel like a lot of you guys maybe... Yeah, it kind of makes sense with this Wheel of Fortune. Like there's something that is changing for you during Cancer season. So there's like a season of your life that I feel is sort of like dying down, transitioning, changing. And so with this autumnal equinox of release, there is an element of needing to kind of let something rest during this upcoming season of Cancer. Like there's something that you guys are needing to allow to shift and change and kind of naturally die off on its own, right? This is such a beautiful card though. It's like there's beauty in letting this go. And I feel as I'm tapping into this energy, I'm feeling a lot of peace in my heart space that this thing, whatever it is being released and let go and allowed to sort of naturally transition out of your life. And I feel that through this transition, this is where that movement, that Wheel of Fortune of getting the ball rolling in the future is coming, right? When we allow things to phase out of our lives, we're then able to welcome in change and move with the change that the universe is trying to push us towards. I feel like a lot of you guys this Cancer season are going after things that you feel very passionate about. So kind of tying it back in with what are your values? What are the things in your life that you feel strongly excited, passionate, creatively inspired about, that you're able to cultivate into your day-to-day foundational life, right? I think there's going to be a lot of exploration of this during Cancer season, and this could have to do with passionate relationships as well, because that's also a part of the foundation we set up for ourselves. Some of you guys could be exploring creative passions as well, doing like art or whatever creative endeavors that you're interested in. I don't know why I was getting artwork for somebody out there, but yeah, it looks... I also feel like for this group, You're probably also doing some fun things during Cancer season. I know for a lot of us, depending on where you live, the seasons will be different, but I know that where I live, Cancer season falls like right in the midst of summertime. So this is a great time to like have fun, spend money on like experiences, that bring us joy, that are in alignment with our values, things like that. Enjoying the finer things if you want to, whatever that means to you. All right, let's go in with our last card here. So we have the message of empower yourself. Tune into your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful person you're capable of being. This is a beautiful message here. And, I think it kind of speaks to like how things can feel difficult when we have to let it go. You know what I mean? But releasing this energy, whatever you guys are phasing out of in your life, it is allowing you to rewrite the future that you want for yourself. And that's where this exploration phase is coming from. Like, you guys get to kind of explore and like really decide what it is that you want to create. So that's a beautiful message of like, just stay confident in yourself and maybe even relying on your support system, the people that you love to help you. We're going to get one more. I did this for pile 1 as well. I feel like it has to balance out by getting one more card on this side. All right, so for pile 2, what else does pile 2 need? All right, push to the surface. You may have become complacent. You might be stalling in or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. Yeah. That I can see that as well because, Taurus is like a fixed sign, right? So it is kind of an energy of like stubbornness sometimes. Maybe you guys have really been in this kind of comfort zone for a long time. So the change is feeling a little bit like scary to you. And the Two of Wands also, you guys can talk about stalling, because it's sort of like an indecision energy where we haven't really committed to something yet because we're not sure what direction that we're wanting to go in. So I think Spirit is just saying, like, if you know that there's some changes that you need to make or that you need to be embracing something that's changing in your life that's coming regardless, really check in with yourself and make sure that your indecision isn't coming from a place of complacency or kind of a fear of moving forward, right? I think tapping into your passions is going to help to bring the surge of energy that you need to move through the change or to create the change like this card is talking about. So group 2, we're going to go ahead and close the reading out here, but I would love to hear from you in the comments how this resonates with your personal situation and what plans you guys have this upcoming Cancer season. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you are informed of whenever I'm uploading new content, and I will see you in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey there, group 3. If you guys picked out the Celestite crystal, this is going to be your reading. We're going to tap it and see what is happening for you this upcoming Cancer season. So kicking it off with your Zodiac Oracle cards, we have the energy of debilitated discomfort. We also have Ceres, nurture. Interesting. So, guys, listen, I feel like during Cancer season, there's like this energy of you guys maybe feeling a little bit out of your element with something, with this debilitated energy, right? So there's something here in your life. This can be whatever, comes to mind first for you, but there's kind of this energy of like a slight discomfort or feeling, like I said, out of your element within a situation. So for a lot of you, this could have to do with like maybe a change that you've been moving through. Maybe it's like starting something new. I'm thinking about like, a lot of times when you start a new job or get into like a new type of relationship, things can feel a little bit uncomfortable at first because you're still learning the ropes. You're still trying to understand the other person. You're not always completely in your power or the expert just yet. But the cool thing about this card coming up with nurture is that I definitely feel that for a lot of you guys, even though there's this feeling of discomfort or being a little out of your element, there's also like rewards to be reaped during this time because this is all about being able to nurture or reap the rewards or harvest, the seeds that you've planted in your life, right? I feel like there's something here around emotions. Like you guys have done a lot of work on something or put a lot of effort into something that's very emotional for you. Makes sense. We are in Cancer season, right? But this is a good sign that there's some sort of reward coming in. I'm also seeing with the nurture card is that like this could be a time when you're nurturing certain parts of your life. So whether maybe some of you guys are like a new parent and you're nurturing a child, or maybe you're an artist and you've given birth metaphorically to this creative endeavor, and during Cancer season you're nurturing the creative endeavor. So think of like whatever you've proverbially given birth to, this is what you're nurturing during this time. So nurturing something new in your life. Maybe it is a new job or something like that for some of you. But I'm also seeing that like with this card coming up here, that through discomfort, you guys are really guided to lean on your support system to care for you as well. So like not being afraid to like ask for help, not being afraid to go to like your mom or someone that can provide that nurturing energy as you're moving through a little bit of an uncomfortable space and time, okay? Let's continue with the tarot, get more insights here. So we have a 6 of Pentacles. We have a 3 of Swords. We also have a 5 of Swords, or a 5 of Wands, excuse me. Yeah, this is definitely showing me some difficulties coming up. Let's see though. Yeah, like I'm really being drawn to this 3 of Swords. Like I feel like you guys are, like during Cancer season, you might be getting news or might be receiving just like some bad news about something, or feeling like sad. Like there's something here that I feel is dying off in your life. Something that was like a major big part of your life might be dying off or changing, right? And we're mourning and grieving this loss. You see like a couple messages I'm picking up from this card is like we have the whale here, which is like this giant beautiful creature that has passed away and everybody's mourning. So it's like whatever this is in your life that's causing the discomfort, it feels really big. It feels like major. And there's also snow here, right? So it's like this situation is dying literally in its winter season. And with the 5 of Wands, this might just feel really difficult, right? Because this is an energy that's all about kind of conflict, competition, challenge, again, that feeling of discomfort. But reading this optimistically, what I always like to say is that, and I know this is probably like annoying because it's easier said than done when you're in the moment, but periods of conflict that challenge us are what pushes us to make beneficial changes. You don't change when you're comfortable. You only change and grow and learn when you're a little bit uncomfortable. So something about this situation is going to ultimately help to stretch and grow you for the better, is what I feel, as most things do, even if they feel really tough. For some of you, this could have to do with like your creativity, your creative endeavors of some sort. It could have to do with a parent, a mother figure. But the cool thing is with the 6 of Pentacles is I'm seeing support being given. And I feel like for some of you, this is like financial support perhaps. But I also think that it's representing support in general, right? Again, going back to this nurturing energy that's being presented here at the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is also talking about efforts, right? Measuring the amounts of effort being put in between two parties. So there could be something here in your life that needs balancing in terms of the effort that's being put in. And if you have been like overexerting yourself in some way, this is a kind of a good message to get, because this is about like checking in with yourself to find that sense of balance. So we have the Rainbow Blessings, which is a beautiful card. We also have Stone People, Vigilance. Yeah, I feel like you guys are going to be okay. Now, I will say with this Rainbow card, the last time that I personally got this card, I was in a really bad situation that week. I pulled it for like a week ahead and I saw, oh, blessings are coming to me this week. And it was like, it was awesome. But then like the situation that I was in that week was that I was sick in a hotel room and I was stuck in another city. Like I couldn't leave because I was traveling for work, right? But this card showed itself to me because through that situation, I was forced to really think about the blessing in it. And there were a lot of like kind of silver linings that I was able to find in that situation after going through it and doing some self-reflection. So with blessings coming up, I say all that to say that this might be a time period where you feel like things are not going well for you. Like you feel like things are really uncomfortable. You're craving this comfort, right? And it may be kind of hard to see the blessing. But what I feel is that even if it is hard to see the blessing right away, it's a blessing in disguise. And that once you kind of move through this energy, you guys are going to come out on the other side having grown and learned so much. And you're going to be able to see what the silver lining was, what the rainbow was in the situation. If you think about it too, like rainbows typically only come out after a storm. You know what I mean? So I feel like even though you guys, it looks like you're going through a little bit of a stormy period, I feel that when you come out on the other side, you're going to be able to see the blessing in disguise that it was. You guys also have the vigilance card here. So this is about just remaining aware, right? Remaining aware of yourself, remaining aware of your surroundings, being prepared, kind of being in control, having a plan. It's also like the stone people, right? So this is about remaining steady, remaining grounded, remaining solid within yourselves. And again, not being afraid to rely on other people in your life that maybe are embodying this energy if you need that pillar of stability for yourself. Okay, let's go to our last card. We have gliding through the currents. With a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease. Going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. So regardless of how challenged you guys might feel, the advice that's really coming to mind with this card is like, go within and maybe readjust your approach to something. Even like if this is about you guys nurturing a creative goal or trying something new in your life, sometimes when things are like not totally in alignment, we start to feel this friction, like the Five of Wands. We start to feel like things are really challenging or really difficult. So it could possibly be that there's a certain approach that you guys need to slightly tweak or adjust in order to smooth things back out again. And again, like glide through the difficulties a little bit better. I'm going to pull one more card here for pile 3 for Cancer season. And it might be the effort that you guys are putting in needs a little bit more balance, you know? Disengage from outcomes. Let go so you can open yourself up to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. Yeah. So it's hard, you guys, I know, because like when you're moving through a tough time, you're moving through changes, you want to know what's going to happen. You want to know like what's going to be the outcome of this situation. Like you want that reassurance, right? But this, sometimes when we're so attached to the outcome, we miss out on other opportunities or other ways that we can handle a situation because we're so fixed on what we want the end goal to be, right? So it's good to kind of like as you're moving through something, you're working on something, especially I feel like a lot of you guys that pick pile 3 might be working on like nurturing this creative side of yourself or something you're giving birth to, right? Whether it's a child or something else, but it's like if you have a specific outcome that you're wanting, it sort of prevents the universe from being able to present you with something a little bit different that might be even better for you. You might miss out on the path that would ultimately be amazing. Does that make sense? There's also a message here about like find ways to resolve worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. So there might be a person here because there's a lot of indications of like sadness, conflict, heartbreak we have a lot of people here. And again, Cancer season is about like our loved ones, right? So there's definitely, I'm seeing with this 3 of Swords, for some of you guys, there is a need here to release, forgive something or someone in the past because it is blocking you. It's creating this conflict within. It's blocking you from being able to manage the situation and move forward. So Pile 3, we are going to go ahead and close the reading out there, but I would really love to hear from you in the comments below how this resonates with your upcoming Cancer season and what are some things that you guys are planning or are moving towards that you know about. So definitely drop me a comment and let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. That way you guys know when I'm uploading all my new content. And I hope to see you in a new reading very soon. Bye.